Greetings to all. Welcome to Future Officers Academy. Today we are going to see daily current affairs of August 6th. So today we are going to see the topics of WCC tag gives a rare chance for Kashmir craftsmen to trace their roots to enhance skills. So which comes under film's perspective. Next, gene that helps raise horses manage BP could help human athletes. So this also comes under film's perspective. Next, on doorstep delivery of alcohol, which comes under GS1 Indian society. Next, why was a custom duty like hike imposed for lab chemicals? So, which comes under GS 3 Indian economy. Next, Povitra Wildlife Sanctuary. So, we have to know about the location under this. Next, editorial analysis, and finally, we'll be seeing the international organization topic. Now, we'll move on to the topic of today. So, first topic is about WCC tag gives a rare chance for Kashmir craftsmen to trace their roots, enhance skills. So we have to know about the news first. Srinagar, the summer capital of Jammu and Kashmir, has been recognized as a World Craft City by World Crafts Council, that is WCC, for rich craft traditions. This designation highlights Srinagar's history as a hub on a Silk Road and celebrates its diverse crafts, including pashmina, wood carving, and Papia Macha. So the recognition aims to foster cultural exchange and skill enhancement among artisans, building on Srinagar's legacy of craftsmanship and its distinct artistic identity. So with this we have to know about World Crafts Council. So first we have to know about the establishment. It was established in the year 1964 by Ellen Osborne Webb. The World Crafts Council. It is a non-profit, non-governmental organization that aims to promote and preserve traditional crafts worldwide. Its objective, the primary objective of WCC, is to strengthen the status of crafts as a vital part of cultural and economic life, encouraging the growth and sustainability of crafts globally. Next, the membership, that it composed of 5 regions. So Africa, Asia, Pacific, Europe, Latin America, and North America. Each region consists of various countries and craft organizations. Now with this we have to know about the World Craft Cities. The World Craft City designates cities with exceptional commitment to craft as World Craft Cities, recognizing their efforts in preserving craft traditions. Next, UNESCO affiliation. The WCC works closely with UNESCO and other international bodies to advocate for cultural and economic importance of crafts. Next, the impact. By fostering international cooperation and networking among artisans, the WCC helps safeguard cultural heritage and promote sustainable development in each craft sector. Next, with this, we have the UPSC prelims question which have been asked in previous year 2018. Consider the following past craft heritage of region. So we have Puthukuli shawls in Tamil Nadu, Sujni embroidered in Maharashtra, Upadada Jamdai stairs, so in Karnataka. Now select the correct answer using the quotes below. So the answer is A. Puthukuli shawls is the answer. Next, gene that helps race horses manage BP could help human athletes. It is our next topic. So we have to know about this. Researchers at the Swedish University of Agricultural Science discovered a DNA sequence in horses linked to superior racing performance and blood pressure regulation. Their study, published in PLOS Genetics, insights that into genetic factors affecting cardiovascular health and has implications of understanding similar mechanism in humans. With this, we have the haplotype identification. Haplotype identification. In haplotype identification, researchers at the Swedish University of Agricultural Science identified a specific haplotype referred to the EPH that is associated with superior racing performance in horses. Next, genomic location. Genomic location. The EPH halotype is located on chromosome 22 in horses cells and corresponds to chromosomes 20 in humans. Next, the genetic influence. Genetic influence. This haplotype functions as an enhancer, impacting the expression of genes related to cardiovascular function. The next is human chromosomal location. Human chromosomal location. So in this, the corresponding gene sequences in humans is located on chromosomes 20 and interacts with blood pressure related promoters. Next, human health implications. So in this human health implication, understanding the EPH haplotypes function aids in uncovering the genetic basis of blood pressure regulation in humans. Next, the cardiovascular research. Cardiovascular research. The findings provide insights into the biological mechanisms underlying cardiovascular health and disease, potentially informing new treatment strategies. Next, the athletic performance. So, the gene's role in regulating blood pressure during physical activity offers a genetic perspective on elite human athletic performance. So, with this, we have the UPSC prelims question which have been asked in the year 2020. Consider the following statement. Genetic changes can be introduced in cells that produce eggs or sperms of prospective parent. A person's genome can be edited before the birth at the every early embryonic stage. Next, human-induced pluripotent stem cells can be injected into the embryo of a pig. Which of the statements given above is are correct? Here the answer is D. So all the three statements are correct here. Our next topic is on doorstep delivery of alcohol. So first we have to know about the news. Delhi, Karnataka, Haryana, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Goa, Kerala are considering or have considered allowing doorstep delivery of alcohol through performance such as Swiggy, Big Basket and Zomato. So introduction in rise in alcohol consumption in India. So several Indian states, including Delhi, Karnataka, Haryana, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Goa, and Kerala, are considered allowing doorstep deliveries of alcohol. India had witnessed a steady rise in alcohol consumption, with the recorded per capita consumption increasing from 1.6 liters to 5.5 liters. This is we'll be seeing in 2003 to 5, and this is 2016 to 18. So India is the sixth largest alcohol market globally with $52 billion in revenue, and there were about 16 crore alcohol users in 10 to 75-year age group in 2018. Next, the arguments which favor online delivery of alcohol. The first thing is revenue generation. Next, reduce drunk and drive incidents. And third, access and safety for women. Next, the arguments against online delivery of alcohol. They are economic cost versus their benefits. Next, increased consumption and binge drinking. Increased consumption and binge drinking. Next, public health concerns. Public health concerns. Next, can such system make it safer for women to access alcohol? Doorstep delivery may help women access alcohol without dealing with social stigma. There is some evidence that it could reduce on-premise violence against women, as seen in Kerala. However, domestic violence related to alcohol use is rampant, and the overall safety of women cannot be presumed. How should governments regulate liquor consumption? So, there are several regulations. First, restrict availability and marketing, higher taxes, enforce drunk driving laws, invest in treatment programs, monitor and evaluate impact, and finally the uniform policy standards. Next, we have the UPSC mains practice question here. The question is analyze the potential impacts of introducing doorstep alcohol delivery in India. Discuss the associated benefits and risks, including economic, health, and social implications, and purpose measures to mitigate potential negative effects. So you can practice on this question. Our next topic is about why was a customs duty hike imposed for lab chemicals? The Finance Ministry's proposed customs duty hike on imported laboratory chemicals from 10% to 150% faced backlash from scientists. So this duty increase would significantly raise cost for essential research chemicals. The issue stemmed from an attempt to limit ethanol imports but was resolved by reverting to the original duty rate. Next, we'll be seeing the introduction customs duty hike on laboratory chemicals. So, the finance minister withdrew a proposed customs duty hike on imported laboratory chemicals after significant objection from scientists. Laboratory chemicals are crucial for experimental research and medical diagnostics. They include oxidizers, corrosive acids, and compressed gases as related instruments like funnels, beakers, and test tubes. Next, we have to know about the update. Generally, chemicals attract duty of 2.5% and 5%, 7.5%, or 10%. Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs has reinstated a 10% import duty on chemicals for laboratory use, reversing a previous hike announced in the Union budget for financial year 25. Next, we have to know about chemicals import and dependence. Laboratory chemicals, that is harmonized system code 980 to include fine chemicals and components used to paramedical and biotech industry and researchers for lab analysis and synthesis. These chemicals are niche in nature and mostly imported. Analysis of trade under this HS code shows that the value of imports has been sharply raising each other. It was rupees 104 crore in financial year 21, rupees 181 crore in financial year 2022, rupees 416 crore in financial year 23, and zoomed to rupees 701 crore in financial year 24. Next, what is the key exclusion and complaints by CBIC? The two things. First is ethyl alcohol, and next compliance requirement. Compliance requirement. So the next is tariff classification. The tariff classification also we have two current tariffs. In current tariffs, we have chemicals generally attract import duties ranging from 25% to 10% under the Custom Tariffs Act. Also, another we have special classification. In special classification, chemicals imported in packages not exceeding 500 ml or 500 g for laboratory use are specifically classified with 110% duty. Now, what are the impacts on increase in customs duty? Pharmaceutical companies and research labs might face soaring costs for critical imported chemicals, potentially driving up research expenses and end product price. Almost 95% of research labs use imported lab chemicals, and most of this experimental work needs to reproduce globally. Thus, focus must be on quality oriented moves rather than rising government revenue. Now, finally, the conclusion. So, first, the temporary changes. The proposed customs duty hike led to confusion and potential delays in procuring essential laboratory chemicals. The issue has partially resolved with the return to the original duty rate but requires additional documentation for imports. Now, what are the ongoing concerns here? This situation highlighted the dependency on imported chemicals for research and the challenges of balancing customs regulations with the scientific and medical needs. So with this, we have the UPSC prelims question which have been asked in 2018. Consider the following statements. The quantity of imported edible oil is more than domestic production of edible oils in last 5 years. The government does not impose any customs duties of all imported edible oils as the special case. Which of the statements given above the correct? The answer is A. Only first statement is correct. Our next topic is about Pobitro Wildlife Sanctuary. So we have to know about this. The Mauhat from Darang district met a grisly end of Pabutra Wildlife Sanctuary after a wild elephant trampled him to death. So we have to know about this sanctuary first. It was located in southern bank river of Brahmaputra in Morrigan-on district, adjacent to Guwahati in Assam. It was declared reserve forest in the year 1971 and a wildlife sanctuary in 1987. It is the home of to the highest population density of the Indian one-horned rhinoceros. So around 102 rhinos in an area of 38.8 square kilometer. It is dominated by alluvial soil, lowlands and marshland. The Brahmaputra River offers a natural boundary to the premises of the sanctuary on the north, while the Garanga Beel offers the natural boundary to its south. So next the flora. 72% of Pobitro consists of the west savanna of Arundodonax, Erianthus, Ravine, Pharagmites, Karka, Impetra, Cylindrica, and Saccharum. So water hindsight is a major problem, especially to water flow, as it forms thick mats on the water surface. Next, the fauna. Besides rhinoceros, the other animals are leopards, wild boar, barking deer, wild buffalo, etc. It is also home for more than 375 species of resident and migratory birds such as Indian pile hornbill, osprey, hill myna, caliche pheasant. So these are etc. So with this we have UPSC prelims question which have been asked in previous year 2010. Consider the following statements. The boundaries of a national park are defined by the legislation. A biosphere reserve is declared to conserve few specific species of flora and fauna. In a wildlife sanctuary, limited biotic interference is permitted. Which of the following statement given above is correct? So the answer is C. 1 and 3 is correct. So first and third statement is correct. Our next topic is about editorial analysis. In editorial analysis, our topic is about powering of Indians' future. So, in context, it says that it calls for raising renewable energy targets, diversifying clean energy sources, improving energy availability, maintaining cool capacity, and accelerating digitalization to ensure a sustainable and resilient energy future. Now, what are the achievements in the power sector? So, the achievements are first the electrification, renewable energy capacity, power distribution losses. So power distribution losses. So now what are the challenges in decarbonization? In challenges we have only two. That is, one thing is growing demand and the climate change. So in measures to address challenges, we have that raise renewable energy targets, diverse and accelerate clean energy deployment, improve energy availability, maintain and utilize coal fleet, accelerate digitalization. So these are some of the measures to address these challenges. So with this, we have to know about renewable energy sources. Renewable energy sources are those sources of energy which are naturally replenished faster than the rate of their consumption. India's massively growing energy requirements makes it pertinent for the country to look for renewable energy resources for its energy security and sustainable development targets. With this view, the government is rapidly pushing towards renewable energy resource. The Indian government classifies the source such as solar, wind, biomass, small hydro, hydrogen energy, and waste to energy among others as the renewable energy sources. So we shall cover solar, wind and small hydropower in this page and biomass, hydrogen energy and waste to energy in the next article. Now what are the advantages of renewable energy? First we have in economic. In economic we have low long-term cost, low maintenance cost. Next in environment benefit, In environment, low pollution level and land degradation is prevented. In health benefit, we have lesser chance of industrial hazards. In social benefit, environment is social good, prevent pastures, fosters, and natural vegetation is akin in preserving the social structure of the society. Next, in moral advantage, we don't inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. So, however, there are certain challenges that we face in the adoption of renewable energy. Next, what are the disadvantages of the renewable energy? First, the erratic production, wafer thin margins, long term power purchase arguments, domestic content requirement, import dependence, rooftop production, lack of trained personnel, operational issues, dust is a problem, harness of water. So these are all the disadvantages of the renewable energy. So with recent developments in India leading the way for sustainable power in the world, due to the inherent benefits of renewable energy such as zero carbon emissions, cheaper sources of electricity than conventional sources, and new employment opportunities, the government is engaging in the developing the renewable energy sector. So with India's nationally determined contribution to NDC, in the global summit's energy, generation through renewable energy is only expected to rise in the future. So with this, we'll see the international organization topic, World Economic Forum. So it is the international organization of public-private cooperation. The firm engages the foremost political, business, culture, and other leaders of society to shape global, regional, and industry agendas. Its headquarters is located in Geneva, Switzerland. So the foundation is Klaus Schwab, a German professor with a background in mechanical engineering and a master of public administration from Harvard, found WEF in 1971. Originally is known as the European Management Forum. European Management Forum. So he introduced the concept of stakeholder capitalism. According to SCAP, it is a form of capitalism in which companies do not only optimize short-term profits for shareholders but seek long-term value node creation by creating into account the needs of all their stakeholders and society at a large. So, the European Management Forum was the first non governmental institution to initiate a partnership with China's Economic Development Commissions, spurring economic reforms policies in China. Here we have to know about the evaluation. Events in 1973, namely the collapse of Bretton Woods, fixed exchange rate mechanism, and the Arab-Israel war, saw the annual meeting expand its focus from the management to economic and social issues. So 2 years later, the organization introduced the system of membership from the 1,000 leading companies of the world. In 1987, the European Management Forum formally became the World Economic Forum and sought to be broaden its vision to include providing a platform for a dialogue. In 2015, the forum was formally recognized as an international organization. Next, the funding. So the funding is primarily supported by partnering corporations. So typically with annual turnovers exceeding 5 billion US dollars. Now, the Davos brings together around 3,000 participants, including paying members and select invitees, investors, business leaders, political leaders, economic celebrities, and other discuss global issues across 500 sessions. Now, what are the key diplomatic moments at WEF? First, the Korean diplomacy. In Korean diplomacy, North and South Korea held first ministerial level meetings in Davos. Next, German ratification. German reunification, which is held in 1989. So East German Prime Minister and German Chancellor met WEF to discuss reunification. Next is South African milestone, which was held in 1992. So South African Prime President de Klerk Nelson Mandela and Zulu Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi made their inaugural joint appearance outside South Africa, marking a significant milestone in country's political transition. Next, G20 Genesis in 1998. So here emphasizes the need to involve major developing countries. Therefore, concept of G20 emerged initially limited to finance ministers. Next, the major reports are WEF regularly publishes globally recognized reports, including Global Competitiveness Reports and Global Gender Gap Report, Energy Transition Index, Global Risk Report, Global Travel and Tourism Report. So, with this, we have completed our today's session. To read this document, you can visit our website. Our website link have been provided in the description. To get more daily current affairs videos, follow our YouTube channel or our Telegram channel. Thank you.